Okay, so I just wanted to do this Zoom to kind of help you guys learn how to do, make new things on Over, and especially using the free version. Because I think it is so important that, hold on. I think it's just so important that we utilize tools that we have to use for our business, but also I understand that, when I first got Over, I was like, no freaking way am I paying $99 to use an app. Is anyone with me? Okay. And so I wanted to do this Zoom not only to help, people like me who have been in the business for a while, but want to use something that, you don't have to pay for, but especially newbies. If you're new in the business, you probably don't want to pay $99 to use an app, but everyone's using this app. And so you feel like you either can't use the app because you don't want to pay for it, or you don't know how to use it if you don't pay for it. And so I just want to do this Zoom to specifically show you guys how you can use this app and use the free version. And so to utilize that the best to your ability. And so if you have any questions along the way, please put it in the chat, because there's times where I don't know if you have a question, like it might be normal to me and I might just know the answer, but I don't know that you don't know it. So let me know if you don't know something so that I can clarify that and kind of explain that. So we are going to dive right in. So I'm going to open my Over app, and I do not have the paid version. So everything you see on my screen, if you have the free version, looks exactly like yours. So everything that I'm doing on here, you can do the same thing. So, okay, here's the app. So the first thing I want to show you guys is how to find text, because you see some people typing with like super cute text, and you go to it and you're like, oh, it's the pro version, so you can't use it. Well, there's actually tricks to find text that you may not think that you have. So I'm just going to show you guys. So the first thing that you can do is when you get the app, so some of these are pro, some of them are free, but if you scroll all the way to the end, and if you guys have your phones out and you're not on your phone, you can do this with me to kind of get the feel of it while we're doing it so that you know how to do it when you get off of it. But if you click this little yellow button, it says get more. And so from there, you can literally look through all of these texts. Some of them are pro, but there are a lot of them that are free, but they don't put them on there when you first get the app. They only put some of them on there. So if you go through here, you can actually add some of these. See, all of these are free, and I added them all. So those are all free. Like this one is free, that one's free. So just to show you guys how to add it. So I don't have this summer one, summer of 76. So if you click on it, it literally puts it into where all of your texts are. So you can keep adding them so that you have more text. So you can add all the free ones there. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is, some of those really cute cursive fonts, they're not on there for you to download for free. Like you can never download them. But what you can do is go to templates and scroll through and find the text that you like that's in a free template. So some of these aren't free, but some of them are. And so if you go through here, let me find one. There's a few cursive ones that I like to use, but they're not free. And so every time I want to use one, like for example, this one with the yoga girl, I would never be able to use that text unless I use this template, because now it's right there. I can type whatever I want with it. So what I do is if I want a specific text, so I'll open this template, and then if I don't want the template that is there, I just delete everything else. So now I have the text that I want, and I can add anything else. I can add the background that I want, the photos that I want, everything else, but I'm still able to use that font that I wanted to use. So that is another example of how to get different fonts that you want. So that's fonts. Let me know if you have any questions about fonts, how to do any of that, or any of that. But I'm going to move on, and I'll go back if anyone types any questions. So the next thing is graphics. So obviously you have people posting all these cute graphics of, leopard print and, a cute graphic of like a cell phone and like all this cute stuff. And some of that isn't free, but you can still use them. And I'll show you a couple different ways. So the first way is just to go to I think I have to be on here. So when you're making a story, if you go to graphics, you can click on the latest graphics. I do this probably every time that I get on over just to look. So any of them that say free, it will show you the latest graphics so that you can download the ones that you want. There's no good ones right now. But like you see, I added that gold one. It has a check mark right. If I wanted to add this leaf, for example, you just click that plus sign and then it adds to my collection. And so to find your collection, you're just going to do the same thing. Click graphic, come down here and click see all and you're collected. And you can see all the ones that I've collected. So all of these are always there for whenever I want to use them. They're already in my collections. So these are all the free ones that I've collected. Now let's say that I want to use a graphic, but it's not free. It's not on. Another way is actually to go on templates and you can find them on here. So, you know, let me find an example. Okay, for example, if let's say I wanted this like that yellow and orange like thing at the top. Obviously, I can't get it anywhere, but what you can do is delete everything you don't want, add in what you do want. So you can kind of use different bits and pieces from, you know, what you find on the free app. So if you're looking through a template, even if you don't like the template, if you like the font that they're using, if you like the graphics that they're using, click on it and then just delete everything that you don't want and edit it. And another thing that you guys might not know, let me do this one. So obviously, like, I'm like, okay, I don't want the text. But let's say like that was really cute. Actually, I want that text. I'm like that pink bar with the writing is super cute. But obviously, I don't want their picture, and I want to change the I want to change it to a story. So you can actually click on that. I'll show you how to do that. Click on that little thing at the top, click on the size at the bottom, and then you can change it to a story. And then obviously I'm gonna delete her photo because I don't want it. But then I have like that template laid out where I can put photos behind there, do whatever I want. So you can always edit any template to make it how you want. So kind of look for certain things that you're looking for, find a graphic or font that you want in the templates, and then go from there. Another way, and this may not be legal, I'm just kidding. It's not illegal, but it's probably not ethical. It's fine. So another thing that I'll do is, okay, for example, I really wanted, like, let's say I wanted the cute camera graphic that a lot of people have been using. Let me find it. Okay, this one with the pink, the white on the left-hand side at the top. So obviously I can't get it. If I click on it, it says you're not pro. But what I do is I'll screenshot it. And this is a little bit more hard work, but I'll show you how to save it so that for next time you can always have it. So what I'll do is actually I'll crop it. And then you can actually use this tool is like my favorite tool, you guys. So you can go over here and use the mask tool. And this kind of like erases big time. But then once you get kind of closer up and you don't want to like cut into it, you can actually use this faded one. My bad. And you just erase the edge. And once you get used to it, it seriously goes so quick. And like, obviously I can do it better, but you know what I mean? Like you can erase it and I'll show you guys what I did with it. So after, let's say that's all erased. That's all like, looks perfect. It doesn't have any of the gray around it. So what you can do is go here, click on that background again, click background at the bottom, and then click off. And that makes it a clear background. So then when you save it, you're saving it with a clear background. So it's basically a graphic. So anytime that you go to put it in another story, it's not going to have a background. So it's going to be the same as a regular graphic. So for example, I'll show you because I already did this. I'm going to edit this to a different color so that you guys can actually see it. So I'll go here to my photos. I got to find it because it was a little bit ago. And if you're more organized than me, you'll probably find it faster with me. See, I used it on all those stories right there. Okay, here it is. I actually didn't crop it. So it's on that story, but I used the clear background. So then it has the clear background, so I can literally use it on any story. So it's basically like I have the graphic, I've already cut it out. Literally looks like I just have the Pro app and I just used it. So you can use graphics like that. I've done that with a few different ones. So that's another way to do that. I'm actually going to resave this because. So here's an example. So do that, click save as a photo, and then you just saved it with a clear background. So you can use it on any story now and you never have to re-cut it out, if that makes sense. Okay. Put in the chat if you have any questions about anything. Okay, so we talked about that. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is Googling. You can actually Google graphics. So for example, you can like paint streaks. Some of them say they have a transparent background and they really don't, but some of them do. And so it's basically like you're just saving a graphic. Let me try to find one. Obviously you can see that there's like a ton on here and you could probably do different graphics too, but basically you just save it. And then some of them, like I said, do not have a clear background. Like we'll see if this one does. No, that one doesn't. But a lot of them do if you'll find them. You just have to find the right ones. And then after that, you never have to find them again because you already found them. So that's another way is just to Google that. Explain the blank background again. Okay, so the only time that I would ever use a blank background is when I am trying to cut out one of those graphics that I was talking about. So I'll do another one for you guys. So so there's a lot of cute, I can't spell the word leopard to save my life. There's a lot of cute like leopard prints. So let's find one that I'm actually going to use. Okay, so this one on the top left is super cute. So I'm going to screenshot it. And then I'll just show you guys right now. You just click on that layered thing at the top, click on it, click backgrounds, click off. So there's no background right now. So then when I add in something and I crop it to be how I want it, then I use my mask tool. I try to cut out as much as I can, and then I go back through with this tool. And sometimes it does take me a few minutes to actually do it good. I don't want to like waste all your guys' time just doing this. If you guys have your phones out, you can try it. But like I said, once you do it once, I never have to do it again. I can use that camera every single story if I want to, and I never, ever have to cut it out again. And obviously you don't have to do this. It's just if you, like there's sometimes where I really want a specific graphic and I think it looks really cute and it would make my stories look more like professional, then that's when I just do this and find one that I like. And then like I use that camera one all the time. And so that was super beneficial. Okay, so then I'm going to go back and do this part. Okay, so it's literally perfect. It looks like the exact graphic, and then I'm going to save it so that I can use it later. And I'm actually going to use it later to show you guys how to make stories. So that is how to do graphics and find different graphics. And then the other thing is like finding inspiration, because there are times when I sit down and I'm like, okay, I need to make a story, but I'm like, I don't even know what I want to make a story about. I don't have any creativity. We all have those days. So what I'll do is I'll go to Instagram and I'll go to somebody that has really cute stories. So my girl Emily, she doesn't have any up right now, but she always has super cute ones. Cassie Westland always has super cute ones. And so I'll just go through her stories and kind of see if there's anything that like sparks my eye that I can get inspiration from. So I'll just look through and kind of look at her stories and be like, okay, these stars are cute. And that font is cute. Doing like pumpkin theme, just looking at the different graphics to see like what I want to use. And that's like why, like the only reason I knew about that camera to cut that out and use that is from looking at somebody else's story. I was like, okay, that's super cute. That would be awesome. So that's why I did that. So going to just find inspiration from other stories or things like that and remaking them to make them your own. And so I'm going to show you guys a couple of stories. First, I'm going to show you guys I'm gonna find one and then I'm gonna remake it to show you guys how to make it. Okay, so for example, this story, I just put my picture as the background. I put these cute little stars in the corner. I put the peace sign on the left-hand side, which is another one that I cut out and saved it with a clear background. And then I did the cursive at the bottom with the blue background and then the font. So I'm going to show you guys how I did that. I'm probably going to use the camera instead of the peace sign this time. So I went to templates. I have to find a cursive font that I want. I'm probably going to use that yoga one again. I'm going to delete the background. I'm going to go find a picture that I want to have as my background. And then I'm going to move the font forward. So if you guys don't know how to do this, if you click that little squares at the top, that's your layers. And so you can always move stuff around. So I can move my photo to the bottom so that my text is in the front. So if your text, like my text got hidden when I added my photo, but I can just move it down and then my text is on the front again. Click on the text, edit it, change the color. I'm going to leave that for now. And then I need something to make that blue background streak that was across the bottom. So I'm going to go to my graphics and I'm just going to find one that is like a square picture. So this one. So obviously I don't want this as my bottom background, but if you click color, then you can change it to whatever color that you want. So say I want like I'll do this lavender. So say I want like this lavender. So I'm going to put that at the bottom. And then if you edit it again, you can actually go over and change the opacity. And so you can actually make it darker or lighter. And so I'm going to make it like kind of see-through. And then I'm going to move my font to the top. I'm going to move that down actually. Okay. So I'm going to I put positions open. This is a business one. And then I'm actually going to do a shadow on it so it makes it stand out. So any of the stories that look like professional normally have like a shadow on it. And so you just click shadow, you move it over, you can change the color of the shadow. If I want it to be white, if I want it to be black or any color, you can change if it's darker Make it slider. So I'm going to do that. And then you can also change the blur. So if you look at it right now and then look at it once it's blurred, it kind of makes it more like shadowy. So I'm going to do that. And you can move the angle too. So I'm going to save that. And then I can put whatever words I want down here. Change your fonts. You can also change in text, if you click style and then click space, you can actually change how spaced out it is. So if you want it more spaced out widthways, if you want it more spaced out up and down, you can zoom that out just to make it literally however that you want. And I'm going to put a shadow on that one too. Okay, so there's that. And then if you want the stars in the corner, I already saved them to my collected. They're actually free. So there's these black ones with the gold, or you can, there's white ones as well. I'm probably going to use these since it's more like a white background up here. So you probably wouldn't be able to see the white ones. So you can put those in the corner. And then I'm going to put the camera in there as well. Actually, let's see if this leopard could be cute somewhere. Do you see how, like, if you just put it in the corner like that, it kind of looks out of place, but if you make it a little bit see-through, it makes it look more like normal, I guess. Not so just like blunt and in the corner. And then you can like try to layer graphics on top of each other. If you look at like Cassie Westland's stories, her graphics are always layered. So there's like multiple on top of each other. You can shadow literally anything. And then yeah, I'm going to put the camera in there too. I don't know where I'd want it. It literally just takes like playing around with it and figuring out what you like, what you don't like, and you'll kind of figure out a pattern that you like. Like I use these stars all the time. I use that camera all the time now, and like you'll kind of find a rhythm on what works for you. And then you just save it. I'm trying to think of what other tools that I use. Is there anything that you guys have seen on stories that you're like, okay, how did they do that? I want to know how they did that, but I have no freaking clue how to do that. Does anyone have any questions, or are you good? 0 questions. Good to go. Okay, so the ripped edge is actually from a different app, but I can show you guys that too. And you can actually do that and then bring it to the Over app. So you can like do things in different apps and then kind of combine them and bring them together. So for example, so that's actually on the that's in the Unfold app. For the person who said maybe how to have incoming graphics to keep it more lively. What do you mean by that? I'm going to show you guys how to do the ripped edge on Unfold. So here's the Unfold app. Just click brand new, create story. And I believe that you have to, I believe this app, that's not the one. Here it is. I believe it was like 99 cents, maybe 1.99. I'm not sure. But the Unfold app does have different graphics that you have to buy to get them unlocked. And so, for example, okay, so I'm in here. Here's the ripped edge ones. So here's like the ripped edge. So, oh wait, I can't add a photo now. So here's the one with the ripped edge. So I can add a photo in there. And then I can save it to the device. And then you can bring it to the Over app. And you can add it in there. So it has like the ripped edge on it. And then you can just add your like text on the top or whatever. So Heather, what did you mean by your question about the incoming graphics? And I'll try to answer it. Okay, so those are different apps. That's not the Over app. I can show you a couple apps that will do that. Yes, the ripped edge is from Unfold. But you can literally add whatever you want and make it like a pumpkin spice story. I could probably find a coffee graphic to put with it. There's a coffee bean that would be super easy to cut out. There is all of these coffee cups. Oh, here's one for free. Some of these like random graphics are really good just to layer with. So like this swirly one that I just saved. So let's find it. So if I did that one and then did that coffee bean that I just found. And just add some of those, and then I can like cut out a coffee cup and put it somewhere, whatever you want. I think my favorite part of stories and what makes them look professional is layering. So using multiple different graphics, layering them to make them look more. You can actually rotate everything too. So if you go to rotate, I can flip it so that I can use it on this side. Literally whatever you want. I'm trying to read the. Okay, so I'm going to show you one app that will do the video that you're talking about that has the words across the bottom. Okay, actually, I'm going to use that story that I just did. So if you make something over, you can actually take it to another app. So it's called the Mojo app. And I literally just found out about this one. So I just started using it. But there's different templates and some of them are free, some of them aren't. This one's my favorite because I can just add whatever I want. So I can add in my graphic that I just made on over. And then for the text, I can type okay, so if I click done, then you can see it types it across the bottom. So there's different text that you can do for different, and you can make it bigger, smaller, but it will save it like a video. So you're basically posting videos for your story, but it does that. So that's really cool. You can do different text too. So as you can see, like I can scroll through and do different fonts, and it will type it across the bottom the same way. Does that answer your question? Cool. Okay, well, I basically explained everything that I wanted to talk about with the graphics and the text and just using stuff that I kind of found my way around because I never had the pro version. And so I definitely was not going to pay $99. For those of you who have, props to you. I just can't let myself do that. And so finding these ways around it kind of helped, like, because I would always look at like Cassie Westland stories and be like, oh, dang it, I wish I could make stories like that. I wish that I could have those graphics. I wish that I could have that text and those fonts and things like that. And the thing is that you just kind of have to find your way around everything. And it is a little bit trickier, but once you get the hang of it, like I can still make a story just as fast as someone with a pro app, just because I've gotten so used to it, knowing exactly where to find my text. I know exactly which templates, if I want a certain cursive, I know exactly where to find that template that I want, like the yoga one, or like that. So I kind of know what they look like. So I'm easily be able to do that. And then, obviously I have my graphics saved, the ones that I like, cut out ones that I like, have those saved so I can easily use them as well. But I hope that was helpful for you guys, and I hope that it really helped you guys figure out how to use Over. For those of you who have been using it, I hope it has been able to help you use it better and find out some tricks and hacks that I've kind of learned over using it. But does anyone have any last questions? Let me know if this was helpful, or if you have more questions, or if I can answer anything else before I hop off. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. Perfect. You guys are so welcome. I hope you guys can utilize all of the tools. If you ever have any questions, let me know. Rewatch the video. But yeah, thank you guys for hopping on and spending almost 45 minutes with me. I appreciate your guys' time, and I'm so excited to teach you guys about the hacks that I've learned. So have a great Monday evening, and I'll talk to you guys later.